Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh, listen to this voice. So, yesterday I had a phenomenal trip to Kenai where I talked with a new friend that I definitely would consider like a great friend. And what I found out is the root of today's paradigm shift. What I found out is that I am a closet racist. My name is Sarah Williams and I am a closet racist. I had no idea. You see, I grew up in a family that said that, everybody's equal, everybody, you need to be tolerant of everybody. But at the same time, I heard racist jokes as, it was just funny, whatever, no big deal. And that was my life. And I grew up in a town that honestly we had like maybe one African American family, and that was in 2006 when Katrina hit. I really had zero interaction with other cultures. So when I came to Anchorage, and I saw so much diversity, I still kind of kept myself like out of that diversity. I didn't really understand it. I didn't know it. And then the native culture in itself, I had no idea about that. So I just kind of kept to myself. Well, then here's what happened. Yesterday, we're standing in a room full of people, and I have my African American friend with me, whatever you want to label her as, whatever, right? And I, rather uncomfortably, said the words, "And here's our token black friend." And it didn't even faze me. But as I looked around, nobody was laughing. And I was laughing. It was awkward. And I didn't even realize what I had said wrong. But what's awesome about this friend of mine is she took the time to say, "Hey, look, when you said that, it offended me. And this is why. Because the token black friend is the term for the token nigger or the house nigger or whatever, right? The N-word. And so the power that we put on words in this world, that's what I had to have my paradigm shift for, is that I didn't realize that just a word, something that I thought was pretty benign or silly or a joke, offends other people. And it was an eye-opening experience for me, and I was so thankful that she said to me how it made her feel. Because being a white girl, growing up in a white world, I had very little exposure to other cultures, to words and how they made other people feel. So that paradigm shift for me was the realization that words mean freaking everything. I love my dad. I'm going to preface this with I love my dad. He's amazing. But he in himself has his own words. So his nickname for my sister growing up was Ugly. Okay? He is an amazing man. He's a loving man. He saw the irony in that she's a beautiful woman. He would call her ugly as a joke. But her entire life, that was her nickname. And you can't imagine that doesn't have a little bit of emotional ramification to it. And so we worry about these things called words, but we only have the situation to actually give them power or not give them power. But what's important is that when you are offended by certain words, is to tell the person who said that, regardless of what you think their actions are going to be, regardless of, when this friend of mine told me that she was offended by my actions, she really didn't know how I was going to react, because it was the first time she had confronted me about something that I had said, done, or otherwise. And the challenge that I have in my life is that most people see me as an intimidating woman because I'm strong, I'm opinionated, I'm out there, but I'm always open to critique. And so anyone that has the guts to say to me that, "Hey, by the way, what you said to me offended me," I am going to respect that. That is the most amazing thing that I can respect in the world. But what it realized to me is that I have a lot more to go in my exposure to other cultures. I have a lot more to understand. that if we continue, and so I said this word, right? I said this phrase, and everybody wasn't laughing, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just embarrassed myself like that. And we, we look back on it, and everything in this world, we give power to the words, right? To the aspects of the actual words that we use. And everybody's story is different. And so, like the other day, my husband used the word whore in a joking manner, okay? Just joking manner. It's not really a word that we should use in a joking manner, but it was. And it offended someone, and that person had the guts to say, hey, look, that doesn't fly with me. And that's what we have to stand up for, because when this happened, my friend, she giggled, she laughed, she kind of, gave me a hug, like we kind of let it roll off, and she told me later. But in that moment, what we did was we manifested, or rather we supported a continued racist statement by our actions. Instead of standing up in that moment and saying, hey, that's not cool, we supported the continuing of the stereotypes, right? And it is our responsibility to not continue those stereotypes. It's our responsibility to say, nope, this ends with me. I am not going to manifest, even in joking, I'm not going to manifest a racist or a cultural separation policy. I'm going to be tolerant. And in practicing tolerance, it's about using the right words. It's about listening to people. It's about showing compassion for everyone, regardless of race, color, creed, ethnicity. It doesn't matter. But I needed to learn that firsthand, and I'm really thankful to the person that taught me that lesson yesterday. So it really is about the words that we tell ourselves, the words that we use. Somebody called me out on using the word paradigm shift for these videos, because paradigm shift is a very scientific term used for hard sciences, physics and chemistry and things like that. But I see the science of human science, the science of psychology, as a hard science. The science of what you think you bring about in this world. That I see as a hard science, because we can study that and we can see that it actually happens. We can see that people who are positive in their lives, think about good things all the time, tend to have that kind of life. But people who are negative all the time and all they think is about negative stuff, hey, they have that in their life too. So the law of attraction is quite actually something that you can measure and you can see. And using the right words is really, really important. So I am coming out of the closet as a closet racist that I didn't know I was, and making an effort to not use those words anymore, not use words that are even in joking, because I don't want my child to believe that it's okay to joke about other people's races. And I don't necessarily think that it's a matter of being sensitive, or not just, everybody just get along, quit being sensitive. It's a matter of we have perpetuated these stereotypes as a society for this long. And somehow we've said that's okay. But why is that okay? Why can't we just accept people for who they are, no matter what they look like, what they believe, whatever, and stop labeling them? And that's my mission, is to stop labeling people and stop judging people for what I think, or what I think I know about them or their future or their culture or whatever. So that's my paradigm shift for today. My voice is killing me, so back to drinking lots of tea. You guys have a great Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow.